Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the British Darts Organisation, welcome to Finals Day of the 2016 Winmau World Masters. We're about to get the men's quarterfinals underway here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside. We now introduce to the stage a former World Cup singles champion. He's the reigning German Masters and Italian Grand Masters champion. It's Sparky Wesley Harms. We now bring to the stage the current BDO world #1 and the current holder of 8 world ranking titles. He's the reigning Winmau World Masters champion. It's Glenn Durrant.
Durant certainly getting a champion's reception from this champion crowd. Welcome to the live coverage of the World Masters here on Premier Sports HD. And well, Wesley Sparky Harms might be ranked 9th in the BDO at the moment, but he is certainly capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with the best here at the BDO, and he could be the man to stop Glenn Durant from retaining the title, couldn't he, John?
Oh yes, the capabilities there. It's whether the consistency of performance is there. It's perfectly legitimate to say that any player in this tournament, if he hits his best form, is capable of going through. Wesley Harms there, not in picture but in stats, has got through by the skin of his teeth, effectively, against Raymond Smith, and in that elongated game against Darius Labanauskas, and so he'll consider himself perhaps a little bit fortunate, whereas, as you can see, Glenn Durant, the man in red there, the Middlesbrough fan, is through to this stage with a little more comfort.
He's already knocked out one from Malta, one from Belgium. Can he do the Dutch? An exit as well. We'll soon find out, as Wesley Harms is the man to get us underway.
100.
And they'll be more than happy with that, with his first visit. And again, the appreciative BDO crowd here inside Lakeside.
Yes, and as we can see from there, it's first to 4 sets. But I'd like to emphasise it's best of 3 legs in each set. So, got to get off the mark, get away, hit the ground running.
100.
Like that. And 2 tons from Harms. So a very, very effective start for the Dutchman. But Durant, the current champion. And I promise I shan't say that again.
You almost promised you wouldn't get to say it in the first place, but 3 legs, you're right. It's there's no place for being asleep. There's no place for not quite being on it as you take to the stage, is there, in this format?
That's right. Best of 3 legs is very quick indeed, and each set, therefore, can be determined on one ironic or one telling moment.
100.
Not a bad start from either of them at the moment. They'll be fairly happy with what they've got. Durrant's first 2 darts were straight in the prize money place. It was 2 treble 20s for him, and then a slip into the 5s. But for here, at the moment, Harms down to 201, but Durrant already with a chance of a finish.
Well, this would be very nice to witness. He'll go for this. A bullseye finish. Wow, so close. So close to the perfect finish. And now Harms with a chance. Needs the treble 19, so Durrant will be back for 25.
Oh, imagine if Durrant had gone out on 170 the first time of asking. What a kick to the confidence that would have been for Wesley Harms. But Durrant it is who has the chance with double 8.
Game shot,
and he takes it
perfectly. Second leg, Glenn to throw first.
So a break of throw there for Durrant, and that's called getting off the blocks very swiftly indeed. Very competitive leg. It's going to be a very competitive match. But when it comes to percentages, Durrant just there found that little bit extra.
These guys have played each other 7 times in major events so far in their careers, and Wesley Harms has only been victorious twice in that, but he's hit the 180 trail already. That's his 3rd of the tournament.
Well, they're always nice to see 180s, and to get one so early in the match, it looks to me as though Harms has got himself ready for this. Well, he started with 4 perfect darts, but that's a more than satisfactory start to this leg. If he can break back, he's got the darts in the deciding leg of the set.
It was actually Wesley Harms' first 180 in his 3 matches, actually, so I was doing him an over-service there. So he's finally found his 180s. There's Jackie.
Yes, the Belgian, Jackie Goethals. He's at so many, all of the tournaments, wherever they're played.
100.
And, one of the greatest darts fanatics that we have.
There's a fair few of them.
Game.
There's a fair few of them.
Yes. Oh, that's unlucky.
64.
That's a good last start, but it may not be enough because Harms is well ahead here and looking at treble 17. Got time on his side.
97.
What a lovely last start to leave 24 after just 12 arrows.
Harms and Labanowskis yesterday took them to the 3rd set for any of them to actually hold their throw. So don't be surprised here if Wesley Harms breaks back immediately against Glen Durrant. The first 2 sets, neither of them could actually hold their own throw.
Well, a great 13 darter, and that is magic, really, from
third leg, Wesley to throw first.
The man from the Netherlands. He's had a real marathon, in a sense, in that game before. Both players can throw much better than they did on that occasion, he and Labanowskis. But this is a different Wes Harms, is it just? So, getting a march, his second 180 already, stealing a march in this deciding leg of this first set.
Oh, he said he'd waited a while for his first one. He hasn't waited hardly any time for his second. Glen Durrant now will know he is in a contest. And as we say, the quick format here, 3 legs per set means we're all square, and Harms, in theory,
51.
should have the advantage.
Well, this is the man who's in harm's way in terms of reaching the semi-finals. But it looks as though the first set could go to the Dutchman. Lost the first leg, but came back brilliantly with the second. He didn't throw badly in the first. Came back superbly in the second leg, and now has a chance with a 170 perhaps, although he won't have to get it. He won't have to go for it, Alan.
40. Wesley, you require 170.
Big opportunity here for Harms. We saw Durrant go for this. Harms definitely won't. Be disappointed with the first start, but again, 40. In the knowledge that Durrant is back on 264, so Wesley Harms gets himself down to 130. Durrant here just got to put the pressure on John and hope he gets another visit.
He's just thinking, get as many as you can.
94.
Good effort, 94 leaves him. Good thinking as well. He wanted 187 before that last dart, so he went for the 17. Leave himself a chance. Now bullseye for Harms. He knows he's got to go for it. Can't take the chance that Durant won't get 170.
105.
And Durant's already had a crack at this and almost got it. Got the 2 treble 20s. Missed the ball by a fraction.
So he's agonisingly close first time of asking. He can't do it this time, so Wesley Harms at the background just composing himself and getting ready to try and take this first set from the reigning World Masters champion. And he does just that.
Wesley Harms.
Well, Wes Harms there showed not only a good deal of darting prowess, but also a lot of character. Lost the first leg against the #1 seed, but came back quite superbly with the next 2, and now it's Durant. Admittedly withdrawing this leg, but you cannot afford to start with only 59 when this lean and hungry man is looking looking for victory himself.
Harms' best achievement in the World Masters goes back to 2012 so far, a semi-final place there. He'll get exactly that if he can knock out the reigning champion in this contest.
Well, Glenn Durant was the first man in the practice room this morning. When I arrived here, he was the only man in there practicing away. Gradually, others came in and joined in, but
127.
a very dedicated individual. It looks to me as though Wes Harms, who I first came across in the Grand Slam several years ago, and been in and out his performances, but as you mentioned right at the start, at his best, he can give anybody a game, and he's certainly giving Durant something to think about here.
Well, Durant's had to be in the practice room first every day of the televised. He's because of the draw, he's been the first match every single day. So Durant's had some early starts, but at least it means he's been able to put his feet up earliest as well, because he's been into the next round comfortably in both his first 2 matches. But here, he's going to face a bit stiffer competition than he did against perhaps Van Balen.
Well, what a great last start. And again, it's Harms sailing away. Ought really now to take this opening set. First 4 sets goes through to the semi-final of the World Masters, the Winmau World Masters. And what an excellent leg again, another 13-darter. His second 13-darter on the trot. This is some throwing from Wesley Harms, 32 years of age, from Alkmaar in the Netherlands, and showing us what he is made of, like so many fine players from over there in Holland, demonstrating his brilliance on the board.
Does it? Glenn Durant will dig deep now. Yeah, the big Middlesbrough fan. You can see that Middlesbrough logo on the jersey for Glenn Durant. He is now in a contest, a real one. He's only dropped 1 set so far, and that was to Van Balen. An easier ride coming through against Norbert Attard of Malta in the first stages, a 3-0 victory. And it was interesting that Durant himself even said he wasn't anywhere near on form against Attard, yet still came through a 3-0 victory. But here, he really has got to find that World Masters winning formula again, just to get out of this quarterfinals now.
Well, Harms, the way he's thrown so far in this match suggests to me that should he get through this encounter successfully, might well suddenly find himself favourite to go on and win it. It's going to be completed today, the event. So a quarter-final, semi-final and final to undergo
60.
for the winner and of course the runner-up as well.
Durant faced a very buoyant Larry Butler in the final last year, who surprised many, the American.
Oh, brilliant 1-4-1 finish coming up. Oh, unlucky. Would have been a 12-darter. Would have been a 15-darter, in fact, to follow two excellent 13-darters.
All right, in the top corner, but not quite enough to get the 1-4-1, and Durant will allow Harms an opportunity here of taking the second set as well. Double six for Harms to go 2-0 up here.
Game shown, the second set.
He's only gone and done it, John.
Yes, that's 4 legs on the trot now. 13-13.
Third set, first leg. Wesley to throw first.
And that was a 16-darter. He's really going well. Really going well. The boy in blue throwing as well as I've seen him for a long time. There is that, in fact, a 17 out of 13-17, 13-17, and 14
177.
177 to start this particular set. And this man means business, does he just? And now Glenn Durrant has got to dig really deep. Yes, time yet.
60.
It's first to 4 sets. But when it's only best of 3 legs in each set, it doesn't half make a difference, Alan.
Well, Harms has got the lakeside crowd cheering, but he's got the reigning champion rocking at the moment, and Sparky is already playing better than he did in his opening 2 matches of this tournament. And Durant knows just what he needs to do. It's whether he can do it that is now the question. 2 back, needs to win 4 to go through. Can't afford many more setbacks in this contest.
43.
I'll drop that just under the other 2, but slightly awry. And so throwing on 3-4-9 here, Durant.
137.
Making a big hole in it. We'll go down to 212.
45.
Which means that a 180 will leave him on 32.
So 212 for Durant here. Harms went out in the last 32, the opening televised day last year at this competition. He lost to Thomas Youngans, who eventually was knocked out by Durant on his way to winning it. So Harms is much further along than he was last time out, and this leg is not his best, shall we say.
41.
No,
and
it's not a disaster for Harms if he loses this leg. He's 2 sets up. He throws first. He throws first in the next leg. So this is the important one now for both Harms and Durant, because whether you've got the throw or not, when you go into a decider with it's Durant in fact throwing first here. We had the dot in the wrong place, but when you go into a decider, then in a sense, it almost negates the advantage, because both players are obviously keen as anything to do well in it, and often the man throwing first doesn't get the score that he requires and lets the other fellow in.
40.
And all of a sudden, we've got a completely different Wesley Harms here. He hit a few 40 odds in the last leg, and he started with 1 in this one as well, and that's how quick darts can change, isn't it?
And he started the leg with a 177, if you remember. So yeah, now it's Durant who's in the ascendant and quite capable
100.
of fighting back. It was the Dutchman who had the throw in this set, but effectively now it's Durant almost
123.
with a maximum in terms of that being, what, half an inch away from the target? Right length, wrong line.
85.
85
Then you
from
require
Harms keeps him
113.
somewhere in the race, but he's well back though. 276, 139 here for Durrant. He'll stay up top.
59.
Picks off the odd one with 59, so he leaves himself 80. Wesley Harms back on 276 here, can't finish.
60.
Still can't.
Then you require 80.
And will he just go 2 big 20s for tops, or is he going to go for the treble? No, he's going the treble 16 route. Treble 16 would have left double 16. That's 64 scored, so 16 left. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Great leg there from Glenn Durrant. He's now back in the match in terms of sets. Throwing first in this 4th set, having taken that 2-0. But an excellent finish. There aren't too many players, when they want 80, go the 16 route, because obviously it's 20-20 tops. If you get, you've got to get a treble if you go the 16 route, or end up going for bull. Mervyn King is one who springs to mind to me. Always goes invariably at treble 16, double 16. And well, it certainly proved for Durrant to be the correct way there.
I was going to say many out there watching might have questioned Glenn Durrant, but it's what you feel most comfortable with, isn't it? You know, if you what you practice the most, I suppose. And Durrant here comfortable with the 20s as well, because he was there. 140 from the reigning champion. He's pulled 1 set back now, and a chance 41 here to try and start to level things up.
Yeah, the magic's gone from Harms' game. He threw absolutely brilliantly in those opening 2 sets. Started the 3rd set with a 177, but it's all gone awry since. And
60.
Sometimes it's concentration, the 100% concentration needed. All points in the game.
80.
Well, he was unlucky there, in fairness.
Just needs to reignite the spark, doesn't he? As for Glenn Durrant, he took a little while to wake up, but certainly that last set a lot better from Duzza. And the borough-born champion now giving Harms the contest he expected. That's better from Wesley Harms as well, though.
When you require 112.
Yeah. Good first 6 starts, even though one of them bounced out. It bounced out from the wire of the target, or nearby. And he's in this leg. This 56. Is a big moment in this match, because if Harms can take out 103 against the throw, it's certainly, that's treble 17 he needs now. Oh, great dart, double 16. Oh, 71. What a moment that would have been for the Dutchman. You can't see Durrant missing this somehow, Alan.
You would fancy the reigning champion to go a leg up here. I say you'd fancy it. Darts is a funny old fickle game.
36.
And Wesley Harms is going to come back here with 3 darts 32. At double 16 to put him a leg up in the 4th set. Double 8 now. He's got 2 at it. And he only wants one of them, John.
Wesley Harms.
That was the leg, that was the double that won Durrant the previous set. That 80 finish we saw, but Harms landing himself on 32, and then in the end getting it via the double 8. Establishing
140.
a degree of authority in this match once again. A 140 start, got over that blip, that short period where he was searching
60,
rather than confidently moving in on his target.
And what we will say is you do get that. You do get some people that all of a sudden they just go off the boil a little bit. The problem is, as we mentioned a couple of times already, is in the short format, that can't last very long. You have to get back into the game very, very quickly. Certainly, when if you lose 2 legs and you're having your blip, you've lost a set. It's as simple as that.
60.
And now it's Durrant's turn to not find a big score. Harms is at it again.
140.
Another 140.
Well, all credit to the lad. I'm not suggesting for a moment that he'd gone, but his game certainly diminished for a short time. But he's got it back again, got back in the groove.
140.
I suggested it might have been concentration. He's refocused, if you like. And that's a great recovery from that first start. 60 scored, 101 left. 44 when he goes. Harms is on the road surely to this set. A 3-1 lead and 1 set away from victory. If he can take out 44.
Two fabulous starts at the back end there for Wesley Harms, weren't they?
They were. They were.
Anthony Dundas there. Referee for this one, always the immaculately dressed Anthony Dundas. And he's calling
the fourth
a win
set
for Wesley Harms here in the 4th set. It is currently the reigning champ 1, the Dutchman 3.
Wesley to throw first.
It's all or nothing now for Glen Durrant.
Yes, and you said at the outset, although he's number 9 seed against the number 1 seed, he has the capability. I mentioned it's about consistency.
100.
And in fairness, Harms has been just about perfect with his consistency. Only in that 3rd set, which he lost, did he look as though he might not
134.
see it through. He still may not, but my. A 97 average, 106 9-dart average is some going.
And this is how much he stepped it up here, John. In his first game, his average was 88. In his second game yesterday was 87. He's now got a 97. Talk about stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, he knew that 80-odd averages weren't going to be enough against Glen Durrant. And that's why, because Durrant's quite capable of that any time, any day, in any competition against any opponent.
23.
You're not just given the World Masters trophy, you have to earn it, and that's exactly what Glen Durrant did last year. Took out some big opponents, fought some big battles, and he's going downstairs here. 137 this time on the back of that 180 last time out. And from here on in, Glen Durrant has got to find some of the biggest darts of his career if he's to emulate the scenes of last year's emotional victory.
50.
Yes, he may well have written this particular leg off, because this, for an 11-darter, 12 darts will do, Glenn. Got this double 8 not long ago.
34.
Just moved the wire fractionally. No concern. Harms way back.
Harms here just
100.
with no pressure,
60.
throwing a ton to move on to 137, but surely 3 darts at double 8 is all he needs. He's got 2 at double 4. Surely not.
Good shot
think
the
so.
first leg.
Well, that shut his
Durrant.
opponent out. It would have been a tall
Second leg,
order at
Glenn to
137,
go
but you
first.
never know. Suddenly those big checkouts come when a player really needs to find it, and Harms made sure that Durrant made sure that he didn't have a go.
Well, Wesley Harms has already hit a 164 checkout
96.
so far this weekend, so don't give him too many opportunities.
They're all capable, aren't they? All capable.
95.
You know, it's in times of adversity and times of trouble that the great players begin to produce their best, and we're just beginning to see Durrant. I'm not going to suggest he's awakening from slumber, but he's certainly just upped his game a touch. He knows he has to.
83.
And he has the best game of all the players in the tournament. We know that's why he's the reigning champ. That's why he's the number 1 seed. Can he find that
59.
A game now that he really needs it?
$43.
43 here from Harms is just the incentive that Durant needs. And that first dart immediately will help him out. Could do with another one. 100 will do him.
Yes, it will. I felt after that first one we might get at least another treble in, but it wasn't to be.
93.
That's a nice last starter, but Durant 106 to take the set. Treble 18. Oh, unlucky. 68 left.
98.
Double 4 again. He got it a moment or two ago. He's left himself that again.
Clearly happy with the double 4, so Harms back on 187. Then Durant to
140.
get us back to 2-3. Has 3
8.
darts at double 4. He checked out on it just moments ago. Will he do it again? That's quite a wide berth he's giving it at the moment.
Game shot, the 5th set.
That was a massive dart. Harms did a brilliant 140 to land himself on 47. And thought for a moment, I'm sure, that he was going to get a pop at it as Durant really searched for that double 4. Brilliant, brilliant last dart, as it was the previous leg. But on that occasion that we've just
140.
seen, Harms had landed himself on a definite 2-dart finish. So 5 sets gone. 3 of them to the Dutchman.
He's no stranger to success on these shores. Wesley Harms, a 3-time England Open winner, 2012, 14 and 15, so he knows all about travelling around. He's won far and wide as well.
I actually commentated on that one in 2014. Yes, an excellent
140.
That is one of his favourite competitions. Mark McGeaney in the practice room, still got his jacket on. He's just come in from the cold, I think, because it is an extremely frosty day down here.
100.
Plenty of practice going on backstage, and all of it building up to coming out here onto the stage,
60.
into the lights, into the limelight, and looking for a place in the semi-finals of the World Masters. A trophy that this man at the moment is the holder of.
105.
But for how much longer? Scott Mitchell there as well. He, another one who will be looking to add this trophy
81.
to his cabinet.
76.
Something he's never done.
No, that's right. He's won a World Championship, which this man has never done. But we'll be making a bold bid for that in not so
Game shot in the first leg.
from now. And yet another super leg from
to throw first.
Durant.
Game on.
He's now won 3 on the trot and stemmed the tide as
42.
Harms went 2 sets to 0 up, 3 sets to 1 up. Durant has always been chasing the game. He's only been ahead briefly after the very first leg of the match.
58.
Dieter Hedman will be on stage shortly, and multiple winner
45.
over many, many years of many competitions. Such a graceful, wonderful player.
I'm talking to Martin Adams about her in the last couple of days. About
140.
how does she get past that next step of actually becoming the world champion, the one hurdle that remains in her way.
Yes. Maybe that will not be far
60.
away. Well, deciding to go up and profitably, very
139.
profitably, doubly profitably.
Makes you wonder why I didn't start there.
Well, it's something to do, I
100.
think, with the fact that
When you
he
require 164.
was on an odd number, maybe. It's 164 he wants now anyway.
57.
Well, we saw Wesley Harms have a bit of a blip earlier, and at the moment he's just gone off the boil again.
60.
At 60 here, only leaves him on 194, so Glenn Durrant here knows he's got 6 darts to check out and take us all square.
Yes, and now double 16 will give him a 15 dart leg. He'll come back for certain for double 8. Maybe after that double 4, but it's been good to him, hasn't it? They've been crucial darts, those, you know.
100.
You wouldn't be surprised here if he just picks off a single 8, would you?
Oh, he's been going for double all right. They are
Game
totally
shot,
no
the
danger.
6-6.
And so there it is.
We're as we started,
7-6
John.
first leg.
Absolutely
Wesley
level.
to throw first.
This
Game
is
on.
where Wes Harms has to make use of throw. But like I said, in this circumstance, sometimes the pressure's on the player throwing first. That last dart's absolutely crucial. Because whatever Durrant does here, Harms won't be too far behind.
No, depending on what Durrant gets here, that could be a leg-defining dart for Wesley Harms. It might just keep him in it. In fact, it does turn out to be an exceptionally good dart because it keeps him in front.
Yes. Now he's got his equilibrium together again, a ton. So, toe to toe, 3 sets all. The winner of this set goes into the semi-final of the Winmau World Masters.
140.
Both of them scrapping away. Harms with the most tons. Durrant with the most 140s. Harms with fractionally more 180s.
100.
But at 3 sets all, the only stat that matters is the sets and legs. Look at those averages, John. 91.79, 91.76. That's why we're 3 all.
79.
Locked in close combat. Well, settle in for what I'm sure is going to be a fascinating deciding set here. 3 brilliant legs are in front of us, and we're already most of the way through the first one. And it's advantage Harms. It always would be, because it's he that threw first. It's a good last start from Glenn Durrant to take 100 and leave himself 124, so not too far back here. 83 then for Wesley Harms to get off to a decent start in our deciding set. Great dart. Double 10!
73.
Oh, I thought, you know, he might have gone for 2 double tops. A lot of pros would have done. Having hit 3 when he was going for treble 17, tops might have been the one, but he got the treble 20, had a go at double 10, didn't hit it. Now then, Durrant cannot finish. Harms can come back,
56.
and he's got to take this out, Alan. He has got to take it out, I believe, if he has designs on getting through to the semis. No, it's not there. Now
6.
I think he'll be punished. I think he'll be punished here. The difference between champions and also-rans is taking the opportunities when they're there. Just look at that. That's a man on a mission. No doubt about it. Grimace as he came up. A real growl at the board. Double 16 to move ahead for the first time in the contest. And what a time to do so. Well, since the opening leg of the match, certainly. He was 1 leg to 0 up, and he's never been ahead since until now. And that epitomised those few moments there, the difference between the great players and the good ones. Harms didn't take the chance that was offered, the double 10 at the double 5, and there was no way the man called Durrant was going to miss that 68. Big question now is how much does that play on Wesley Harms? Not that much, judging by his first visit. A great 140. That's one way of wiping that from the memory. Yes. Yes. This is where it gets good.
It gets tense, it gets exciting. Now Durant has failed for once. Rare failure from the man from Teesside. And now the Dutchman with an excellent treble 20.
81.
Has the lead against the throw.
Isn't this just why we all love the darts? You just can never tell.
Now biting back.
140.
Oh, in style to go down to 2-2-3. A 2-8-0. Got to get a treble, Wes. Got to get a treble, Wes. Yes, Wes. Oh, some like this. Well, still Durant favourite for my money.
A big treble from Wesley Harms. As John was saying, he had to get one. He just had to stay in the race. Durant now getting himself in a position to finish.
99.
1-2-4 plays 180. Got to get a treble, Wes. I think I've said this before. Got to get a treble, Wes. Yes, 1-2-4 plays 80. 80, very, very gettable. Perhaps a must for Durant. Who knows? This for the match, of course. Treble 18. Would have left the bull.
56.
Now then, Alan, Harms to level up in this deciding set.
And another wayward dart. Went bull and missed that as well. And again, for a second consecutive leg, John Gwynn, Wesley Harms has invited the reigning champion to win the game.
And why didn't he go? Treble 15, double 10, because 15 would have left the bull. It was the poor first dart that let him down, though. So Durant 68, it did him a favour. A moment or two ago. Now it's going to do him a favour again. Surely double 4, the one that's served him well in this match. He's hit it on 2 occasions, 64. And on the 1 occasion he really needs it for the match. He can't get it. So Harms still in the game. Double 18.
18 to square us all up. Double 9 now. Oh, it's huge. A huge error from Wesley Harms here, because surely on double 2, Duzzer will do the business and make his way through to the semi-final. And he is just, and you can't fault him here, John, just having a moment to make sure he's mentally prepared for this.
That's what makes him the player he is. He's unhurried. He does it in his own time. Double 1. Oh, no score. Still alive. The Dutchman. 4. Surely this time he is going to make it.
Shot to second leg. Wesley
Leg all in the deciding set. It's one decisive leg, and Wes Harms is the man who's going to throw first in it.
Well, Durant at the back shaking his head in disbelief. Double 2 missed, double 1 missed, and his favourite double 4 before that as well. How have we got to this situation, John Gwynn?
It's great. It's been quick, it's been short. That's the format. Best of 7 sets, but only the best of 3 in each set, and it makes a big difference. But it really adds.
You say it's been short, you say it's been quick, it's been dramatic as well.
It adds to the drama, because
100.
Dramatic instances come up more often, like deciding legs, especially in a deciding set.
Another one of those will make Glenn Durant a happy man, and there it is. So 140 from Durant, and these two continue to go toe to toe.
Yes, can't afford to slip now. Again, 100. Wonderful last start from Harms. He's dug that out 2 or 3 times of late. But still, Durant only 61 behind. Now 1 in it, that's all. Now 59 ahead. This is what makes champions. Brilliant time to 180. Oh, Glenn Durant hits that maximum right when he needed it.
100.
Tom may not be enough.
When you require 101.
Well, we knew he'd have to dig deep to hold on to this trophy, because once you're the champion, everybody wants you. Everybody wants to be the man that knocked the champion out, and Wesley Harms has had chances to do so, but all of a sudden, Durant is in control, but Harms has a chance here with 120. Treble 20s is what he needs, and he has had trouble with his first start all game.
Well, certainly in the last couple of legs, he hit the treble 5, went earlier, he hit the single 5 there. I think he was too hurried. He needs to do what this man does. Wes would improve his game by taking an example from this fella and taking his time before letting that first dart go. And so,
in the background with his arms folded, he's resigned himself to the defeat. And quite rightly so. He gave the great champions too many opportunities to stay in the contest. He was 2 sets up, he was 3-1 up, and he has allowed Durant opportunities to stay in, and then he allowed him opportunities to win it, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, there's a sigh of relief there, or a look of relief anyway about Glenn Durrant. I think he thought at one stage he might have been a goner, but people like Glenn Durrant, and the sport does have them in numbers, people who will refuse to lie down and give up. They dig deep, they call on all their resources, like he has done here, and that's why they rise to the top. And people like Wes Harms, he has proved here again today that he is a player of immense ability, and yet there's something temperamentally wrong that doesn't, that gets in the way of his...
Go. Glenn, many congratulations. Fantastic match. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts were, like, during that match I was thinking I lost a really close game against Martin Adams, and last year against Scott Waite it affected me for many months after that, and I was just thinking, let me have a tight win on the Lakeside stage and take that double top at the end. Over the moon.
Brilliantly done. 2-0 down, 3-1 down, the champion performance. What were your thoughts when you were behind?
Was that really 3-1 down? What I would say is the better player lost there. I thought Wesley was fantastic there, and he really took me to the cleaners early on. I've got my manager here today, Mac Elkin, and I just didn't want to lose my first game with him being here there. So I didn't realise I was that far down, but to come through that, it's a real big bonus.
Into the semis, O'Shea or Hughes next. What's your thoughts on that?
I'd love to play Jamie Hughes. He's my best friend on the circuit, along with Jim Williams. To play him on that stage would be fantastic.
Well, many congratulations, great performance.
Great job, guys. Thanks very much.